what? Actually, that doesn't look that bad on screen. In the future, though, I would love to draw a burning heart where the fire is coming out of the open holes, like an engine, like a big hot rod, but it's a heart. That would be so cool. I bet somebody's already drawn something like that, but that seems like a fun thing to draw. Maybe next time. That V shape in the middle of his chest is so important for the rest of the frame. It's crazy how much that changes everything. No, don't want to. I think I'm gonna leave him exactly as he is. Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu. I'm here for Ashita no Joe, episode 14, and it's finally time. I've had a couple of times when I thought it was time, when I thought that this fight was about to happen, and then it has not. This time, I know that it's time. There's no backing out. There's no shortcut home. I spent this morning listening to the Rocky IV soundtrack, just because it's got so many, key pivotal songs from all across the franchises. I went looking for Hearts on Fire, the song Hearts on Fire, which it turns out is by John Cafferty and is not the version of the song that's in my head. The version of Hearts on Fire that's in my head is from a power metal band called Hammerfall, and it's like, Hearts on Fire, and that's the version that's in my head when I think of Burning Hearts. Joe's Burning Heart is coming up against that wall, that man who's willing to point at the sun. I know that's not exactly what he's doing, because he's putting up a one finger and he's saying, that's how long it's going to take me to defeat you. But it still feels like you, Joe, who would tangle with a legend, with a king among men. How's that gonna go? Joe's got a super mega ultra punch, and Rikishi has come up with a way to get around it. He fought some bulls, and from fighting some bulls, learned how, he thinks, to overcome Joe's super secret mega punch. Apparently, this type of back and forth, where one character comes up with a new play, and the other character has to do some crazy training method that's all the way into absurd and all the way back in order to become someone who can overcome it, is a core part of the mangaka's style of writing. And I think that's pretty cool. There's a piece of information that I came across about this episode that we're going to watch, and I'm kind of meandering around it here in the beginning. So forgive me for being a little bit antsy, because I'm a little bit antsy. I'm a little bit nervous. And the reason is that I found something out. Somebody informed me of something about episode 14 of Ashita no Joe. And it's changed kind of everything for me going in. So I'm going to share it with you, because maybe it'll change everything for you. And I think we need to know this going forward. On the last Joe video on episode 13, Caribou-kun, who's also a YouTuber, go check them out, posted telling me about Iki Kajiwara, the writer for the manga, who wrote similar types of training method things, and then told me, on a production standpoint, I'd just like to hype and point out about the upcoming Ep 14, because I think you'll especially appreciate it as you watch the episode. The director, Osamu Dezaki solo animated this episode himself, uncredited. This is considered his last major contribution as an animator before staying more as a storyboarder and director. But that's not because he was bad at drawing. He had several years of experience doing similar amounts of work in his time at Mushi Prod. I just find that to be incredibly special, especially given the material, and I'm looking forward to your reaction to it. I hope I can deliver. My response is, he fucking what? Excuse me? Because we live in a world where TV animation is not the product of a couple of people, where it is not ever in any way the product of a small group of people, let alone one person. It's a huge team effort. Layers and layers of thought go into what's going to be put on screen before pencil ever really touches paper. But the director, Osamu Dezaki, solo animated this episode himself, uncredited. When we go through episodes on Sakagaburu for other shows, and we see like 3 or 4 interesting cuts from one animator, it's like, wow, what an effort. Like a heroic effort to make this episode happen. When we even see animators drawing like a bunch of the basic cuts in an episode, it's like, wow, this person was really worked to the bone on that. Osamu Dezaki solo animated episode 14 of Ashita no Joe in the midst of a TV animation production. I've avoided searching out information about that because I just need to watch it. I need to understand what that means. I need to see the result. There's something that is so potent about that idea when combined with a show like this, when combined with a character like this one, when combined with an overcoming that's woven into the fabric of this series. It feels like it feels just perfect. Yeah? In a strange way, I don't want to get caught up in that fact, but I have to. Now that I know that it's true, I can't look at what we're about to see the same way. It becomes elevated already, just for the fact that it exists. Just for the fact that one person dedicated can do a thing like that. Because somewhere in my mind was a wall. And it's not shaped like Rikishi Toru, but it's a wall nonetheless. And the wall says, "You will never, ... You could never, ... And yesterday, I overcame a really similar wall inside myself in a very small scale, and I want to tell you about it just really quickly. Yesterday, for Heavenly Delusion, I drew a shitty comic. Sequential art with meaning to it, with words. It's my first time ever doing that. In my mind, there was a wall that said, "You alone will never be able to do that. You don't have what it takes. You don't have the team. You don't have the training. You're not good enough. And you won't be. So don't try," says the wall. I want to be the kind of person that says, "Fuck you, wall. Let's get climbing." Osamu Dezaki solo animated episode 14 of Ashita no Joe. What is coming up to be the most pivotal episode, where things need to land. Where if this episode doesn't land, the show evaporates, right? Everything is built up to here. It's all about this fight, finally. I said I don't know the information around it, and I don't. I can only surmise, I can only guess. I don't think that he did that because he had to, because nobody else was willing to draw it or animate it. I think he did it so that he had complete creative control. Complete fluidity between what he imagined this episode would be and what actually comes out the other side and burns itself into the backs of our eyeballs 40, 50, whatever, however many years into the future this exists. He chose to take agency over this thing, the whole of it, and make it his entirely. And I am stunned by the gravity of that decision. To me, a huge part of the magic of anime is the fact that it's many people coming together to make a thing, is the fact that many minds melded to make these ideas come to bear, make them bloom into reality. That it requires that it requires writers and artists and colorists and compositors and composers, and all these different facets of the thing must come together to make it happen. And that's still true for this upcoming episode, because there's still music and there's still voice actors and there's still coloring and all those things. But just to draw an episode of television animation is such an undertaking that it requires multiple people. I guess it doesn't. What can one dedicated person accomplish in this world? Because that's what this is about. And that's what Joe's about too, on some level. What can dedication itself accomplish in this world? Well, it's created 13 episodes of a show so far that have had a deep emotional impact on me, and clearly had a deep emotional impact on millions of people. And I think that this next episode is going to transcend that, is going to be a step beyond it. I'm really excited for that. I'm in awe. Not even having seen the product, I'm in awe of the willingness to step into that arena. It's a realm that on the production side is so far beyond legendary. Okay. I've gotten into this mode of being like, and I just need to shake it out. Because we're still in a fun freaking anime that has to deliver. It can't just exist as like, it needs to exist and function on every level. It needs to fulfill this fight. It needs to follow through with all of the build-up. We need our audience members watching. We need our heckling prisoners heckling. We need the whole thing. And that's part of why it's so incredible to me that this might be like a solo project as an animation. Because I've always sort of comforted myself with the thought that, like, yeah, I can't wrap my head around an episode of TV anime, but that's fine because nobody can. You don't really have to. You just have to be able to figure out one part of it, and then you can go step by step and piece together all the rest. Osamu Dezaki says you can do it all. Okay. Show me what that looks like. Show me what you got, Joe. Both of these men are going to get into the ring with their lives on the line, and it feels to me like the whole of the production has its life on the line, too. Like, that energy of, like, everything goes into this is carried by the production as well, right? Let's see what that looks like. Let's watch episode 14 of Ashita no Joe and experience it, and we'll come out the other side with a little bit better understanding of this space. I'm excited. I'm a little rocked just by the idea of it, but I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and watch the episode. I've got episode 14 of Ashita no Joe. We're using the Yabuki version again. It's up and ready to go. There'll be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon. Beep beep timer to count you down. Bloody. We're opening on bloody barbed wire? What a choice. Oh, wow. All right, skeleton. So far, everything just feels very solid. I'm sorry, the who? The future what? Yeah, he can't ref. Yeah. Good for you for being honest about that. But your own honor in saying that, I think, makes you a good candidate. Okay. He's one of the squad that we brought with him. They do not accept. Yes. Yes. Is that the same phrase he used for, like, beat him to a pulp? There we go. Oh, whoa! From below? Okay, really deeply solid feeling everything, and then these wide frames. are what stand out to me so far. Okay, but still. Yeah, but Rikishi found out about that and has practiced something in turn. Shit. Oh, this is so sick. Oh, whoa. It's so evenly matched. They're gonna beat each other to a pulp, man. There's nothing you can do. There's no shortcut home. Okay. Whoa. You're gonna get them killed, dude. Oh. No, he thinks they're guaranteed to down each other because of the way that they're gonna be fighting. Break one, you might as well break them all. Oh, whoa. What a frame. Okay, we're finally calling out the weight classes. This is great. He's just effectively bullying the newbie. Solano. They both consent. They're gonna fucking kill each other. I think he thinks you're gonna take Joe down more than 3 times. And he thinks he's betting on Joe's ability to get back up. If there's anything Joe has, it's like spite through pain. You fucking idiot. Yeah. Yeah, he's doing this to try to save you, bro. It requires you to get hit in the face a fuckload. What a perfect face. Ha! There's sacrifice to it. Huh? You'll actually lose. Oh, what? We're just in it? Oh my god, he's still talking. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. It begins. I get knocked down. Get knocked down again. You won't. Yeah. Yeah. Our first fight starts with him instantly getting downed and getting back up. We know how Joe fights. Haha. Oh, I think he'll stand up, man. Yeah, now Rikishi's coming up against the clock. Oh, he's got the days. Man, he's all fuzz. You're on the verge by yourself. Whoa. That's 3. He would be down. If not for the rule. Yes, you can. He finally realizes. It's literally one down at a time, dude. Oh, he's got a smile. But it's like a loopy, goofy smile. He's rocking him, though. Just the fact that he's getting back up is rocking him. Okay. Not very sportsmanlike. But that is the way. Yeah, infuriate him. Keep running. Wear him out. Wear him out. Make him move. Do not get fucking... Oh, shit. Fuck, dude. Don't... Yeah, you've been cut off, and you're about to get cut off again. Yeah. Uh-huh. Don't go 4. Go wide. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow. This is the best boxing teaching that they've taught us. It's incredible. Yes, it is. Okay, if he stays down, Rikishi has accomplished his goal. If he gets up, he's already won, even if he loses. What? And we're all focused on Rikishi. We're not even looking at Joe. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna get back up, man. Tatsunda Joe! Fuck, that's the mid-roll? It's the perfect mid-roll. That might be the best mid-roll credit break of all time. You better get back up then. On your feet, bro. Okay, he's already won. I mean, he's already not lost within a minute. He's not all there, though. But it doesn't matter. Ha! Cassius Clay is Muhammad Ali? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Muhammad Ali. Oh, he's... Oh my god, with rotation to it. What the fuck? It's not like a lot of damage, though. Oh, whoa. Oh. Weight class difference? Ah, shit. Ah, shit. Wow. Dude, he's down. He's down. Yeah. Are we saved by the bell? We are. Okay. He said he would be. This is fucking Bloodsport, man. I don't know. I don't feel like that's right. Nah, dude, you were punching a wall. Fuck. Whoa. Whoa. Now he's, like, become the sun itself. That was very strange, but that's okay. Joe! Joe? I know he's gonna take more downs, for sure. Will he get back up and have that will to keep fighting? I don't fucking know. He doesn't have to rush. He can take. Oh my god. Whoa. All over the ring. Still, he gets back up. Honestly, the vision of him climbing up his opponent to get back on his feet is just fucking right, isn't it? Oh, the waves. Now we're back there. We're back running on the beach. Oh. Oh. What a trip. What a trip. Yeah, you're gonna walk away? You're gonna walk away from this? She lit a fire in his heart. You better watch. You better watch us burn. He's also talking to us. He's getting really frustrated. Not today. Let it happen. Either he's gonna get hit and go down for real, or he's gonna move. Like the most surprising movies ever made. Oh, the counter! He got him. He's gonna take the hit too, but he got him. Yeah, he took the hit too. That's our first one. Boom! Both fall on top of each other. Yup. Get up, Joe. Tatsunda, Joe. Wait. 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 Motherfucker! I just gotta... Wait. Motherfucker! Yeah, he finally took him down, but I don't know if he's gonna win. Oh my god, I am reminded so much of the opening fight of Hajime no Ippo that builds the rivalry. Now that I know that that is built off the foundations of this. I want to mention just a couple of things about this episode. Because now I'm stuck in a place where, like, a part of me wants to just deep dive into the animation and the style and the feel of this and the choices and the shots and the vibe that's established by it. But I can't, because I really want to know what happens narratively in world in the story. Because it's still unresolved, and unresolved in a way where it's not, like, obvious to me what's exactly going to happen. That's so cool and so clever and really makes me want to see it again. There is a good plenty of solid static shots in the episode, which makes a lot of sense if you're going to solo animate a project. I don't know if there are more solid static or panning shots than throughout the rest of the other episodes. It feels about the same. What there is more of these vibe wides. I don't even know what to call them. And also these cool textural stuff in the backgrounds, to create mostly single color backgrounds with cool textures on them. And then reuse little loop animations that help fit everything together. And all of those little loop animations stand out to me as really clear depictions of all the characterizations of the characters that are at least in the front of the frame. Things like this. That to me just feels perfect. Like, simple, brilliant, iconic, instantly iconic. Is it time for the KO gong yet? And then this wide that's all in paint is so interesting. A standout element of the episode is how we jump between these really close-ups and the internal, like, the thoughts but also the spoken words of a character in specific, really close up to them, and then these more wide shots that reveal everything. It takes us to these, like, personal and emotional moments, to these broad experiential moments in a way that's really cool. It's as though the viewpoint of the camera, the viewpoint that Dazaki is presenting to us, is omniscient, is able to see everything going on all at once. And it's as though I get that picture, really, of everything that's going on, of everybody's expressions, of everybody's emotions all throughout. It's as though he's trying to convey a perfect understanding of the moment from everybody's perspective all at once. And then there are these accented cuts. This one, and then when he's fighting the bull in memory, and they've been redrawn by Dazaki to be way more impactful. They're gorgeous. We finally call out the weight difference. And without a lot of fanfare, the bell rings, and white-eyed, just like when he's pointing, like a monster, Toru moves forward. One sec, there's a kitty cat. Bam. Boop. And then past it, and then back, right? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get a grasp on the basics. Just the very basics. Thuptha. Through. Bam. And the motion carries over from there to here. full color backgrounds jump in as these dramatic accents. And we build out this sequence of punches that we do reuse over the thing, but they're mixed and matched in such a way that doesn't feel like obvious to me. There's such expressiveness in Joe's face as he's getting pummeled, and on Rikishi's as he's doing the pummeling. Wow. It's similar to those loops and arcs that we talked about in the first couple of episodes, but it's not as like static. It's more dynamic across the screen, and our camera angles are more like confined, so the motions feel much bigger, feel broader, feel like they expand out of the frame. Being in the ring as a boxer means you're on the verge by yourself. You need to listen to the cries of your body. Like a cold-hearted demon, I'll watch and not throw in the towel. Thunk. There's great weightiness to Joe when he lands. There's great fluidity to all the boxing movement. There's a constant sense like he's losing brain cells over the course of the thing. And then, in tiny little elements, especially towards the end, there are these super fluid moments where the camera flows with the action, and both characters are moving all at once. And it's like, it's next level, it's Sakuga, right? And there are like 4 or 5 little short moments like that. I'm worried that I'm going to skip over them, so I want to go and make sure that I don't. I want to make sure that I find them. Joe plays goofy and plays out the time, and then Rikishi begins to use real footwork. What a cool way in episode to demonstrate to us the difference between trained and not trained, footwork and no footwork. Because this kind of thing, and it's not just the fact that he uses footwork, he uses it right. He uses it to corner Joe properly. Because if you're just chasing, you're going a longer distance, right? They move, you move around, you're chasing. But if you're predicting and you're staying back and you're cutting off angles, different game. You can watch fighters who are really good at space control completely box their opponents and completely change the nature of where their opponent can move within the ring, and it's by cutting off those angles and predicting movement. And we get to watch Rikishi do it step by step. Oh, you're gonna go here fast? No. You're gonna go over there? I'm already there. You're gonna go over there? I'm already there. And suddenly Joe is like a little kid running away from an adult, right? It's not just that he's faster than you, he's really got the strategy, got the technique. Here. This little footsies. It's perfect. Oh, and then, yeah, this sequence is when we really knock him down, isn't it? Stand up, Joe, stand up. Okay, I just want to mention this again because when you're doing an episode of TV animation, there's an ad break in the middle, and what you put around the ad break really matters. This might be my favorite point of ad break ever. Joe is down. What's wrong, Joe? Stand up. We're all going, stand up, Joe. We fade to black, and we open on Joe. Will he stand? Will he stand? Right at the peak of the tension. Also, at the end of the episode, we do the exact same fucking thing, and I hate it. So, love it here in the middle. Hate that I have to watch the next one. I don't actually hate that. I'm glad that I get to watch another episode of Joe. But fuck, I just wish I had the answer. You fake Cassius Clay. He's invincible. I will make up for this by beating him to death. Oh, and here. He punches. We follow through. He's punch. We move around. They move around each other. Like a clock. Whoa. You can't do this, Joe. You'll lose. He finally swings for real. And the retaliation is brutal. Again, we're using those shots, but it doesn't feel like it. It feels good. We've added more for each encounter, each exchange. So it becomes more and more of a beatdown. Fist goes by, Joe's face goes by, Rikishi's face goes by, and then we pull back. It's like I'm witnessing the real foundations of a thing, of how this type of animation needs to be structured. I'm trying to drill it into my mind so that I understand it a little bit. A lot of it requires me to like shed the years and decades of shiny stuff that's been piled up on top of it. The simple. Because that's what this is. It's back to the simple. It's really simple. And yet it's so good. It's like foundations. Like a sport or like boxing itself, like foundations. Something about this sequence is really strange. So he's run forward is the idea, I guess. It's just very strange feeling. And the bell rings, saved by the gong. Don't give me that bullshit. We don't need no human compassion. The ring needs fighting machines, ones who will fight to the end. I think that this is core tension for the show, isn't it? Are you a machine who fights to the end, or are you a human with a burning heart? Is it that human thing that makes you a good fighter, or those mechanistic things? In many ways, that is the Rocky 1 story. Like 100 exactly perfectly. Ivan Drogo is a machine. He's literally a machine. All the training sequence of Drogo training is built around mechanistic stuff. He's doing like machines for working out, and he's being monitored, and injections and all these things. He's a machine. He's a part of an apparatus. And Rocky is a human, is an American individual, right? Is the story, because propaganda. Rocky is fundamentally an American propaganda film about the American ideal. You know, the individualist way, the fight and strive, the everyman who fights for what he believes in and works really hard for it. It's fundamentally a propaganda story. Stallone is pretty good at those. I think. And Rocky, as a story, says it's the man. Yeah? Machines don't win wars. Men do. Machines don't win boxing matches. Men do. This is a man's sport, and there's no place for a machine in it. So here we have a core tension between what Nishi thinks, some compassion for the man, what Tange thinks. Sympathy just gets in the way. Tough. You don't understand. You don't understand. The path to victory starts opening when you're at the bottom, if you're still conscious and willing to fight. Okay, he opens his eyes. They go clear, finally. And in the haze of the sun, I don't know how to put this. You know how the Emperor is aligned with the sun? They're like one and the same in some contexts. It's like that's the same person. That's God, literally embodied. That's what this feels like. It's like we've reached a place where the ring is all that exists. The world is abstracted. Everything outside it doesn't matter. There's just me, a human, the space, the bright, brilliant light, and the man who embodies it. And now he and the light are the same. He's the sun. He shines so brilliantly that it's blinding, and yet you want to fight up against it. It's fucking cool. It's fucking cool. And that's just my read on these frames, right? These frames don't say that. They just say Rikishi Toru is standing there in front of the light, and your bleary eyes see them kind of fuzzed. But the connection that's made is like unstoppable. Beyond me. But not beyond Joe. In some ways, Joe's too crazy to let that stop him. It should, maybe. But in some ways, he's too crazy to let it. He fully bashes Dampé out of the ring as though he's got some power now. And he rushes before the bell is even rung. We do this, wah, 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 wah. And there are a few sequences like that where the camera's really moving in interesting ways from here to the end of the episode. Oh. Okay, that's one of those really cool, everything moving all at once moments. Ding. Haha. Easy dodge. Pulls back around it. Thwam! And it's all the way through to us. Okay. This is something that's really cool and I think is very... Well, it's very particular to, maybe to Dazaki's style, but to this show. There are these scenes where it feels like our depth of focus is in one space, and then that shifts dramatically as a motion happens in depth of field, which changes the depth of focus, right? So, for example, in my current frame, I'm in focus, and the things behind me are not that in focus, and things that are way up here are also not that in focus, right? So it's like if I was having a conversation or a fight with somebody in this layer of focus, right? And then I punched, and instead of punching within this layer of focus, I punched all the way through it, all the way up to the camera. But it wasn't out of focus when I did that. We're not staying focused back here on my layer. We're focused on the whole thing all at once, right? So it shifts, and you can kind of only do this in animation because camera lenses, right? You can get really long, what do you call them? Depth of field lenses, where they keep many things in focus all at once. That's pretty neat. But in animation, you do that by default. You draw a thing and it's in focus. So if I draw his fist back here and I draw his fist up here, they're both in focus. I would have to actively like fuzz it in order to make it out of focus when it's here. What happens in scenes like this is like, it's as though I'm comfortable with things being here, and then they go here, and it's like, whoa, it's surprising and interesting and dynamic. Beyond dynamic just at an angle, beyond dynamic just like lots going on, it's dynamic in that it breaks expectations. It shatters what I think is the comfortable window that we're looking at, and it says, no, actually, the window is much bigger than that, and it goes all the way up to you. And it kind of feels like I'm a very confident boxer who goes like, you're not going to hit me. You're not going to... Ow! How did he hit me? Where did his fist come from? Oh, yeah, his fist can reach me. And in this frame, it's like, he's not going to hit me. Oh, his fist can reach me. And then spiral, and then thwam, and Joe is downed again. No need to rush. Here we are. Okay. What? The static frame, to like dance around. He said Cassius Clay, and I'll mention it again. There are some videos that you can go and watch. There's actual videotape of like OG Muhammad Ali when he's in his prime and young, and moving around guys, and just delivering bee stings. And you know those aren't bee stings because Ali had some hands, but like it looks a lot like this. It looks a lot like this. Incredible. Incredible. Bam, 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 bam. And we bring the whistle back in. And then we're... Oh, yeah, this. Bam. They're both running. He catches up to him, not like gets around him and delivers. It's so planned. It's so thought through. And then follows him back the other way. Bam, bam! Knocks him all the way into the ring. And down. Okay, I gotta watch that sequence again. If that cut was the only cut that an animator contributed to this episode, I would think that was deeply impressive. But the same animator who drew that drew literally everything else in the episode. And that's the most impressive thing that I've ever seen. Talk about being on the verge by yourself. We add a bunch of new, never-before-seen cuts as it gets worse and worse, as Rikishi beats him down more and more. There are these subtleties in his expressions that go from, like, a smile to, like, huh, gotcha. Downed and downed and downed again. And he climbs up his body. All the yellow fades away. And we're on the beach where we made the decision. Yeah? We've created this audio cue with the waves. We created it in that episode, I think. That's where it happened for me. So now we're on that beach again, making that decision again. Now, as we're getting pummeled, his brain goes all over the place. What is this frame where a confident Joe, his frame, it's like almost he becomes partly like Rikishi here? He's swinging, but it's in his head? I'm not even sure. He's actually just getting beaten the fuck down. What a strange trip. Cool zoom effects to make it happen. The triumphant music comes back, but it's strange and distorted now. Important moments for Joe. And this one where he's bashed up against barbed wire and drops. A thing that didn't actually happen, right? I don't think that actually happened. But maybe it's just how he feels up against these ropes. He spits out his guard and Shiraki Yoko begins to leave. She can't watch. He admonishes her for it. You better not walk away from this fire you started. Fuck Joe. Now, I think he's wrong. I think it's wrong for him to blame her for the fire. But the attitude of it is baller. Keep your eyes open and watch to the end. And then, when you're watching me, I can bring out the power, right? He's almost gone, man. He says, I can't. If you throw in the towel, I'll kill you. We drop down from the sun in the darkness. We set us up. The whistle. It's time to end this. He rushes in, and it's a big, wide punch. It's not very Rikishi of you. Joe launches himself off the ring. We move into the swirly moving backgrounds. We've had static backgrounds, and now we have static faces on moving backgrounds. Blue, red, blue, red. Clash at an angle. Poof, poof. A moment that we just hold. And then black and white. To a full reversal, yellow on black. And then the close-ups. Bam. Bam. Bam! Our first double knockout. Like dancers or waves crashing over the rocks, they burst up into motion and then all drops down. They end up tangled in a heap on top of each other. And we end the episode. Forks, spoons, knives, forks. Fudge McMuffins. If I had not known that this episode was solo animated by Osamu Dezaki, I would still be so deeply impressed by the conveyance, by the feel of it, by those particular individual cuts of really cool, smooth, fluid, active, dynamic animation. Those really stand out. But then the flow from static, nothing happening, to the gong goes off and we're in action, to Joe is down and we're static and nothing's happening. We have dialogue, and then we're in action and something's happening. The emotions and expressions on the faces of these characters as they beat each other and are beaten in turn. The feel of it. I think there's a nuance to the expressions on Rikishi's face, the expressions on Joe's face, that that's not completely there in the other episodes. There's more variation. Yeah, there are lots of moments where their faces hold on a particular expression that reads as many things. That's sort of vast and interpretable and kind of endless, and like, whoa, what does that face mean? Like the face of Joe when he's first looking at Shiraki, or some of the faces of Rikishi as he holds and thinks about something. Here, those happen like 10 times a scene, and they vary over the course of punch to punch. Little smiles become, ha, I got you, to like, does he, to a little bit of fear, a little bit of uncertainty, all woven through moment to moment, second to second battle interactions in a way that I always comment when I see a battle and a fight, and there are these like nuanced expressions on the faces of the characters as they're fighting. It's not just I'm fighting you. It's like it's got more to it than that. It takes something out of the characters. It builds something within them. It creates something. Here it's like everywhere. Everywhere. The characters are feeling so deeply, and that makes me feel really deeply. It makes me feel like they care about the scenes that they're in. The fights, the life or death battles that they're a part of are actually affecting them and actually influencing them. And so they should actually affect me as well. They should actually influence me as well. Even if it were not a solo effort, this would be a really impressive, really effective episode. That it is a solo effort makes it like nothing I've ever seen. It stands in a category of its own. What the fuck? He fucking what? So, if it wasn't clear, I now need to go and watch the next episode of Ashita no Joe because I'm not leaving this unresolved. Um, as much as there is to talk about in this episode, I cannot leave this unresolved. This fight is important to me. The results of it are important to me, and the way that we get there is important to me. So, I'm going to take a quick break, resync things up, make sure everything's going good, and then we'll watch the next episode of Ashita no Joe and see who gets up from that pile on the floor. See you in a second. Peace. Okay, we return for Ashita no Joe episode 15 and the continuation slash and or aftermath of the fated first battle between Rikishi Toru and Yabuki Joe. Let's see what happens next. Who gets up out of that pile? Beep beep timer. Oh, we're gonna see the last exchange again. Oh, we're getting this song instead. And pink backgrounds. It's way worse. Fucking yeah. There are the waves. What a piece of animation there at the end, too. White Mat's Lullaby. Sleepy good night. What's gonna happen now, man? They're both out fucking cold. I would be so happy stopping right there. Oh. Tell them how it is. Nope. Okay. Tell me more. Hmm. Bounce off the ropes and hit him where it hurts. Not just for the sake of Tomorrow 3. A full cross counter. Cross counter! The greatest punch in boxing! Fucking awesome. I love how everything's the greatest that it could possibly. Ah! Ah! Oh, whoa. Sure. Sure. Yeah. It's his own punch. It's his own damn power leveraged against him. Hmm. At the bottom, in the darkness. Yeah. He got after it. He learned it. Holy shit. Of course, Rikishi would come up with a counter. Ah! To the counter! Ah! Like a bull rushing in. But if Joe doesn't rush, he doesn't have an opening. Wow. Finally, Rikishi approaches him. Up again. Up again. Finally, you force his hand. We've built it into his body. He's ready. One. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Yeah. It's just like Ippo, man. It's just like Ippo. Yes. Not just luck, you had to rely on that too. You have the true heart of a boxer. He's gonna move to weeping. Wow. To witness you. It's all been worth it. Truly, Donpei's hope. It's a little creepy, old man. But like, holy shit, what a feeling. And now we will bury them. And the show ends there. We bury them together. Guys having a nice nap? I love you, Sachi. Okay, bye. Hey, so we said something about him being the future boxing coach of this place, and that makes me very excited. Give my man a job. Give my man a job. Hmm. Hmm. I think they want to have their tournament. Oh, they're getting up? Oh, fuck. Uh-oh. I think the tournament has begun. Boxing! Boxing! Yosha! The fuck? Uh-oh. Gonna get killed, kid. They're deeply inspired. We need to channel it. We need to channel it. Fight between two men. It's moved all our hearts. Doesn't it move yours? It's everything that we could want. Yeah. I'm gonna cry. Oh shit. It's a realm where we can compete. It's like Joe doing it proves that it can be done. It's like Dazaki doing it proves that it can be done. Oh, they figured it out. Who's that? Hey! Hey. Is it the little guy? Oh, hey! Fuck. What does Dompe say? This is a sport. Whoa. Yeah, but what's gonna happen? Oh my god! That's again a fire in his heart! Give him the respect. Give him the respect of watching him burn. Holy shit, man! My little heart! He's gonna get killed. You pointing at the thing? Let's go, Ayama. Yeah! Alright, kid! Now he's on your level. Yeah, man! Well, I mean, it's a boxing match, so he dares. This is weird. This is definitely strange. Even a little punch to the liver hurts a lot. Yeah, keep it moving, get little guy. Get back here. Oh, he's up against the ropes. It happens when the time happens. Yeah, something has dramatically changed. They're rooting for the little guy. Oh, more than your play. Yeah. But this is something that's different. This touches on something deep within. He got to her. Yeah, talk to Sachi. Sachi's got the wisdom. I only watched Joe. Wearing you out, bro. Yeah. Yeah, get on the ring. There you go. Nah, that's pretty bad. What do you got, Aoyama? You got gloves? Getting tired? Yeah, yes, they are. Give me a nice wide haymaker, buddy. One big wide haymaker. Find your path, Aoyama. There it is. Insane. Insane. So fucking silly. No, don't move in. Don't move in. No, 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 leave him. Yo, buddy. Yeah. This is a sport. All right. Oh, oh. Again, we have rules, my guy. Throw him out of the ring. Oh, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. The whole group. The whole group. They're aligned on the rules. You've transgressed against our whole collective. Whoa. I was thinking that this whole sequence doesn't make a lot of sense, but that makes sense now. They're all in. They all believe in the spirit of the game. It's above their individual fights. The game. And so the show presents boxing as a road to a unity, a road to, oh my god. Is Joe up too? No. Just like when he was asleep before. What's up, bro? You'll make out? Yeah, I'll say. That's not what I expected him to say. But by his own rule, he did. There's honor to that. They just need training. Yeah. Yeah, no, their hearts are on fire. Can't you see it? They've built something. They've built something. They're able to play the game because they agree. You're right. They believe in the ritual. They believe in the ritual. It's a ritual. A deciding factor, right? A conflict between people who that can't be resolved can be resolved in the ring. There we go. We need a coach. Now they stand and sit together. I fucking love it. Okay, I'm glad to have watched 15. I'm glad to have settled this. And I said at the beginning, like, oh, I'd be happy just stopping here once we were like, oh, they're both down. They're both gonna be down for a while. We're just gonna do explanations and stuff from here on. I actually had a thought. I was like, maybe I'll just stop the episode here and we'll just leave it and we'll cover the next part afterward. And I had a portion of the episode, especially during the first section of the Aoyama versus Arai fight, where I was thinking like, I wonder, this almost feels like it detracts from the majesty of what we've experienced. Does that make sense? It's like that episode on its own and the stuff surrounding it is so majestic and so like wow, that now that we've jumped into this kind of joking space where we're kind of playing again and where things are a little bit silly again, it feels like it's undercutting what that was. And I'm really glad that I didn't stop there because I was wrong about that. Well, what it does is it expands the importance and the majesty, and it demonstrates how that's bleeding into all the other inmates, how it's spreading. And it's spreading out into what ends up being very comical, and I can really see it as manga panels for the Aoyama versus Arai fight. It might not be, it might be added in after the fact, but I can really see it as manga panels being a short thing afterward that mostly serves to tie in to the points that Danpei is going to make and the points about boxing and what it is. This episode really zooms out and asks what the last episode meant. What did we just experience? What was that? I'm really glad to have watched it because that's kind of exactly what it does. Is it demonstrates and evaluates the impacts of what we just saw. What's that going to mean for the future? We know it means that Danpei is going to be their coach because because she said it. It has a dramatic impact on her internal mind and her understanding of what boxing is and could be for these people. It actually genuinely affects Shiraki Yoko and cements that that's a huge part of the point that Joe was trying to make. Like, he incensed this battle in large part because of Shiraki Yoko's presence and because she's backing Toru, right? It's a battle against Rikishi, but it's really a battle against her in some ways. It's the same battle against her, against the class divide, against the condescension, against the fact that she thinks that she can inspire them. But this inspires them. The boxing is what matters. There's something that's us about this, and it's ours. I don't know. Oh, it's so freaking cool. Okay, I want to go through this really quick. This last moment, and the moment when he actually goes down. Oh. Okay, and I want to go back one episode. Oh, I guess maybe it is the same. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I thought they were dramatically different, but they're actually about the same. Cool. I said during that it felt much worse, but I guess just that it felt different, not being in context. Interesting. Downed, and everybody has this nervous energy of like, what's gonna happen next? It's so cool that that carries over. Don't you get it? There's no point in counting. They're down. And he begins cackling. He begins laughing. Black magic? Nah, let me explain what really just happened. I really like this this format where he comes in as the knowledgeable one and explains the craziness. Now, I don't know them. I don't know Medel. I don't know his special punches, but I do think that these scenes are really fun and these drawings are super cool. Joe used the same punch? Yes, the cross counter! There's so much that's built up around cross counter. Do you remember we talked in an early episode about how I like things where a person watching, I can imagine like an 8-year-old watching this and be like, I'm gonna do a cross counter! And like standing in the stance, positioning yourself in the way, taking the form of Kamina, pointing at the sky. Cross counter as an idea is like that, but it's more than that because it's ideological. It's meaning laden. It's like, how do you overcome the impossible to overcome, the thing that's beating you down? You let it beat you down until it's overconfident and you find a chance and you bounce off the back of the ropes and you find human resilience and you power through and you deliver all that power right to it, and that's how you overcome. And it's like, that's a format for engaging with difficult stuff in the world that turns its power against it, that like aikido's the struggle that you have, and I love it. I think it's amazing. And then we get to witness a little boy, Aoyama, right, who's introduced over the course of this episode for this purpose, I think. To introduce to us the idea that this works for others, that others can step into that role, that he's now somebody we look up to. Fuck. Oh, and then these scenes are so smooth and cool. Really cool looking. Your power punch is doubled, maybe even more. It's terrifying. Pure luck. If Joe could survive the blood as well as the countless knockdowns he would take until near death and still manage to get back on his feet, Rikishi would have no choice but to go for a finishing blow. And so we show it from a new perspective. We show Joe's angle, and we find the opportunity. I bet it all, and it worked! So of course I laugh. It should be fine for me to say we won. A complete amateur fought a pro and ended in a draw, exactly like Ippo. Now I know where that's from, And then it's still, this is so cool because here it's like Dampé can think we won. Even Joe could think it, but he won't. But until Rikishi thinks I lost, did they really win? So we delivered that at the end. Fuck. Yes, it was pure luck, but it was also the unwavering will to get back up. Wow. I brought this up. I was designing an adventure, and in it, I incorporated a bunch of quotes from old D&D modules and stuff. And one of them was, "Call it fate, call it luck. But we Lancashire men think the more prepared we are, the luckier we get." And it's like, an element of that is here. You can call it luck, but also I was prepared to be in the right opportunity and ready to take the opportunity, you know? It's not quite luck. It's not the same. It's luck married to capacity, married to will, unwavering will. Because you have to survive through the struggle in order to get to the point where an opportunity will present itself. And in that space of struggle where there is no opportunity, you have to believe without any evidence that it will be, that an opportunity will present itself. You have to be a little bit fucking crazy. Just crazy enough to keep getting back up. And then maybe you'll be able to land the one punch that sinks it. I love it. I love the idea. This descent from Danpei from like laughing into his own life story, burbling out and crying. I've been running, I've gone so low, I've dropped so low. And for Danpei, it's his own struggle, right? His own back has been up against the wall. He's been getting up off the ground, off the mat over and over his whole life. And now, finally, his counterpunch opportunity arrives. He can finally strike back, and he sees something worthwhile. It's like, I'm glad that I made it this far. I'm glad for all those times that I got up. I'm even glad for all the punches that I've taken because I've survived them. What an attitude. My Joe, my Joe. And it's like, that's a little creepy, old man. But that's his hope. Wow. So we lay them down to rest, holding hands and kissing under the tree. I'm sorry. I love shh to the grasshopper. We're interrupted in this little conversation by a brawl, a battle. This is crazy. We gotta stop this. Boxing is not a show or a fight. It's a sport. I can do it. We're gonna characterize that line a little bit later. It made them believe. It made them believe it's not just about raw brute strength. They were truly impressed. And he means like it made an impression upon them. They are changed by it. Watching how they kept getting up, it deeply moved them. And also behind it were the plans, the theories, the techniques. It's more than just a thing that you're born with or not. If I have the will, even I can do it. That's the instinct that has driven them to this. And so I'm going to join in too. Wow. Shiraki divests herself of it. They say, like, what do you think? You're the sponsor. Nope, I've got nothing to say. They've decided. They've found an order. They've found rules. Let's stop it. Ridiculous. Do you not understand? A fire has been lit in little Aoyama's heart, in all our hearts. All who witness this battle, this bloody battle between men, the spark catches. The spark catches. Why won't you watch his burning flame? Won't you give him the respect of watching what his heart can do? Oh, I full neck and body chills just saying it out loud. You assume that he's going to lose. You assume that he's got no chance. And everybody assumed the same about Joe. Won't you watch his heart burn? It's a different kind of human compassion. What Nishi talked about earlier and Danpei dismissed. This is compassion for the fighting spirit. This is respect for the heart of a man. Wow. Even Skeleton being a part of things, all working together. He points, but he's not worthy. He doesn't deserve this stance. Go on, buddy. beat the shit out of him, and he fucking does. He clocks him one good. I should come down with my punch? I don't know what the tar on gloves thing is, but clearly he's trying to cheat a little bit, and we're not having it. This is pretty silly, right? But I think under the surface, there's a lesson that's being learned that's like, putting your all into something matters, even if your opponent is way bigger than you are. It's kind of like an elephant running away from a mouse. But again, this is where it feels very, we've verged into comical. We've verged into, like, I see these as manga panels, and they're more about driving a point home, and I wasn't sure what the point is yet, and then we get the point later. Because if it's just contrivance and Aoyama just beats the pulp out of him, and he's just a little guy beating the pulp out of a big guy, it doesn't make, like, sense. It doesn't register quite. But that we have this back and forth, and what it ends up really being about is about the rules. It's about the rules. It's about what we put on high, right? We don't just put the strong man on high. We put the rules, the ritual, the system, the referee, the gloves, the ritual. That's what matters. And so if you go against the ritual, you're against all of us. So what do you think? Everyone's engrossed, and she's already thinking about it. She's off on her own, looking out across the ocean, wistful and wondering. So unexpected. This is different. This is more than I can bring them. Sure, I brought them something, and I told myself that was good, but this is something different. Get these wispy moments of her hair. They gave me this name just because I come here, but... And Joe's words ring true. You come from above the clouds. Not true, not true. She doesn't want to register it. I don't want to watch weaklings. They suck. It's dumb. Just doing what Yabuki did. Looking down on me! He realizes there's a strength in the gloves. Yeah. And Arai gets weakness from the gloves, huh? It's as though the gloves decide based on what's inside your heart whether you should win. That's a silly thing to say, but in the ritual space, the gloves are an ally to the one with a strong heart, and they are an enemy of the fool. I can barely feel your punches. Man, these gloves are fucking heavy. Yeah. It's as though the sport itself is for the human spirit. How dare you! He goes in. Cross counter! We bonk him. He bonks him and binks him real good. Fucking awesome. Okay. Now, my chance to get revenge. I'm gonna punch him while he's down. Breaks the rules. We stop him. Unacceptable. But it's my chance. It's not a brawl, this is boxing. We flip it. Okay? He goes back to his neutral corner. I'm gonna cheat. Nope. And instead of it just being Nishi, it's everybody. Hey, we're boxing here. We're not doing what you're doing. We're doing a special thing that we all care about and all agree is important. And you're breaking the rules. The collective, the society has developed. It's built itself. They have rules now. Black magic indeed. Stop it, just because he lost. Take him down. Declare the winner. Okay, you're the winner. Way to go. Everybody follows the ritual. Everybody's watching for the rules. Not just what they can get, not just who they're rooting for. Are we all following the rules? Because the rules allow us to play the game. The rules allow us to be more than animals, more than prisoners, more than a brawl. They allow us to experience those high highs that we got from that first fight. That magic can only exist within the squared circle, within the ring, within the space where rules matter. Whoa. So Rikishi watches and he wakes Joe up. Hey man, you did really good. I lost. That's it. And in the ring, they're flailing and smashing each other. It's freestyle, it's sloppy, but what a fight. And she's for it now. She's been convinced. Look at what they're actually doing. They've decided on rules of their own volition. Yes, it's anger, but they're learning how to fight according to the rules. They've been inspired. You're right. They were moved so deeply that this truth was embedded in their hearts without their knowledge. They've been changed forever. Stand up, fight. And now he can't help it. He has to give instruction. He wants them to be better at it. What a thing we're witnessing. Our two men stare out across it, and we fade to black. That's the end of this whole encounter. Joe's burning heart and Rikishi, the sun itself, clash, and the conflagration that emerges from their battle ignites the hearts of everybody who witnesses it, and continues to ignite the hearts of people witnessing it 40 years later through a screen. Because my heart is on fire today. And it's thanks to their fight. It's thanks to Osamu Tezuka's fight with a paper, with pen. It's thanks to everybody who contributed to making this manga and then turning it into this anime and making this scene that's so impactful to all the people within it, so impactful to all the people outside of it witnessing it from this side of the screen. And now I get to, with my burning torch of a heart alight, look at you wherever, whenever in the future you are listening to this, watching this, and we are connected through that. My torch, your heart. Let the blaze grow. Let the fire grow. Won't you watch this burning flame? Won't you watch this burning flame? What a precious thing. I want to do more than watch it. I want to contribute to it. I want to set new fires in the right places, in the right hearts. I want to create things that serve as sparks, new sparks, and serve as fuel, continuing fuel to keep this fire burning. Because this fire even not knowing it, what, 15 years ago? More? The first time that I watched Gurren Lagann and my life changed forever? I didn't know it, but my heart was lit by a torch that was carried since here. It's the same fire, and it's been burning within me for all those years. And I've kept stoking it and kept reigniting it and kept adding fuel to it, and I've kept being desperate to find more of it. And now I'm introduced to something that's like its source, that's like the place where it started. And it makes me burn all the brighter. Won't you watch my burning flame? Won't you watch this burning flame? Yes, I can't take my eyes off it. What a precious thing. It's like a tree that was planted in a seed of flame and has grown on, and its flaming branches grow out and out and up and become such a majestic addition to our world. I'm so grateful that it exists. I'm so grateful for all the people it's inspired, and I'm so grateful that I get to be one of them. I'm also really grateful that you get to watch along with me. Thanks so much for watching this week's episodes of Ashita no Joe. I hope that you are aflame. Much love. Peace.